Hey, so do you have a New Year's resolution this year? Are you even believing in New Year's resolutions? Have you done them in the past and maybe they've worked and most likely they haven't worked out so great? I don't know about you, but I gave up on New Year's resolutions a few years ago because I just felt like I was setting myself up for failure. Hi, I'm Sherry, and I'm a holistic health coach exclusively for midlife women. And I believe that we deserve to age not just gracefully, but powerfully. And in order to do this, I think we really need to focus on our mind, our body, and our spirit to get there. So, New Year's resolutions, right? Um, I just, I think it's so easy because it's the new year, and it's kind of like a clean slate, and so it's so easy to look at it as how you want to make improvements in your life. What do you want to do that you maybe dropped the ball on previously, or you feel like it's something that you've been neglecting and it's time to really focus back on this. But raise of hands, um, have you really ever followed through 100% on New Year's resolutions? I know I have not. And which is why I kind of feel like I'm over them. I think they are more discouraging than a positive motivator. And so I don't do them anymore. Um, I do love doing a word of the year. I talked about this last week, and I think that is a lot of fun and can really be very powerful. But I'm also going to try something new this year, and I'm very excited about it because instead of making a few big resolutions, I want to make 12 micro changes. So I've been reading a couple of books that really talk about just making small incremental changes every day. And it's the compound effect. As you do this like day after day after day, your results start to exponentially grow. And it's one of those you might not see the end result right away, but then as you continue to do it, all of a sudden it just really takes off. And two of those books, highly recommend them. One is Atomic Habits, and then the other one is The Slight Edge. So each of them basically talks about the idea that if you just make these daily practices and you just decide one day to do something in the right direction versus maybe not so positive, and it's just as easy, as the Slight Edge says, it's just as easy to do something that is going to be beneficial for you as it is not to do it. So this year I want to do these like kind of micro goals. So they always say that it takes about 21 days to really form a habit and have it stick, and it's now become part of your lifestyle. So each month is 31 days, except for February, a little bit shorter at 28. I don't know if we're at a leap year this year. But so I am going to choose, each month is going to be a goal of mine. So things like really focusing on like sleep hygiene, 1 month. Maybe another month, I really want to start to read more and more. So maybe read like 10 pages of a book every day. Making sure that I work out and stretch. I've noticed, I mentioned this the other day to a friend. I was sitting on the floor feeding Chelsea, and I was a little tight and a little stiff. And sometimes I feel like, no, I'm in great shape. And you know what? I think it's starting to catch up. So like 1 month, I'm going to really focus on stretching. And I just feel like when you take these small bite-sized pieces, it's not like you're setting up this big goal that when you fail, you feel like you're so defeated and you really beat up on yourself. It's very easy just to have like these small little goals that you do for 30 days, and then they become a habit. It's super easy to read 10 pages a day, right? But it's also super easy not to read it. But it doesn't take that much time, and after 30 days, hopefully, knock on wood, the habit sticks. So I think that's so much more powerful than these New Year's resolutions, which, you know what, I don't think we need like science or psychologists or anybody to tell us. They just don't really work. So I would love to hear what you think of this idea instead of doing resolutions, and maybe what some of your little micro goals are going to be throughout the year. So if you enjoyed this video, I would so appreciate if you liked it and subscribe to this channel. And I hope you have the most incredible 2022 and you make it the absolute best year yet. And until next week, peace and love.